Welcome everybody, I'm here with your Cancer horoscope for July 2023. It's quite a big month coming up this month. There's a lot happening for different people and you're one of the cardinal signs, so you're going to be quite affected by the change in signs, by the moon's nodes. Let's have a look now. That's my cat Leopard in the background if you can hear him yowling. Okay, so a number of things happening, but first thing we'll do is pick 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you, caring Cancerians. All right, what do I see? I see a ladder, and so this is basically saying ascending in consciousness, evolving, moving forward, which is good news. Look, sometimes it might feel like heavy going and you're going slower than you would like, but it doesn't really matter because you are moving, okay? Even if you feel stuck, there are still things happening going on behind the scenes in your subconscious that you might not be aware of. The card that comes up for the first half of the month, I'm going to take that one underneath there. It's the 4 of Wands. It's basically saying have a little break, have a little picnic, enjoy the harvest because you may have been working on something and there's lots of green leaves here. So growth and development is happening. Spirit is pleased with you because you are accomplishing something. She's dressed in sort of a mustardy yellow here, which is the solar plexus. Maybe you've been thinking about your diet, your digestion or something like that and having a bit of a clean-up. But this is quite a pleasant, nice card. And let's have a look at the second half of the month now. What do I see for you? Caring Cancerians, door closing. Well, as one door closes, another door opens, okay? And so there might be some, it seems to be a bit of a theme so far. There does seem to be endings around people, whether that be their own patterns of behaviour, their traits that they have, and something new coming up, or maybe something to do with work that's finishing up. The card that comes up is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a major arcana card. It doesn't really indicate by itself whether it's positive or negative. I know people want to know if it's positive or negative, but I actually see even the negative things, I see them as being quite positive in the long run. This is basically saying no matter what's happening in your life, the Wheel of Fortune is continually turning, okay, and nothing stays the same. You are changing, and this is a major arcana card, so it's fairly important. All right, let's make this a bit bigger so that you can see. The first thing to note is there is a minor grand trine here, otherwise known as a talent triangle. We have Saturn in your 9th house. Maybe you felt somewhat restricted over the last few years, particularly where you haven't been able to grow your life as you would like. Okay, maybe you want to go overseas, you couldn't do it, or you couldn't travel or study or do something that you wanted to do. But now with this, there's some sort of extra energy coming in, and we have Jupiter here in your house of friends and groups and associates, okay? It's also your hopes and dreams, and with Jupiter, all of these things are going to be enlarged, okay? This planet here, Saturn, is lending his energy to give some structure and form to these relationships with other people. We also have a Mercury-Sun conjunction here, bringing extra energy, insight, awareness and communications to this situation. This is very, very creative, intuitive and talented type of energy that you're going to experience here in your house of friends and hopes and dreams. The nodes are also changing signs. Venus is going retrograde, and there's a Capricorn super moon over here in your house of significant partnerships. Okay, so a super moon here means that energies around your relationships are going to be amplified, but they're going to be done, this is going to be done in a practical, down-to-earth kind of way. So it may not be immensely passionate, but it could be things, to give you an example, where your relationship is strengthened by your partner who goes out and decides he's going to build you a new deck or something like that. Something practical and down to earth is going to happen. It could give your relationship a bit of a shake up. Maybe he wants to put the deck on the front of the house, but you want the deck on the back of the house or something like that. Okay, so there could be a bit of a shake up. in your relationships. Maybe the relationship is very practical already and you want some excitement or some sort of adventure in your life. Maybe you would love to get away, you and your partner, and go travelling, but there's been things that have stopped you for some reason. But it's not always going to be the case because the Wheel of Fortune is constantly changing. On the 10th, Mars goes into Virgo here, bringing a lot of ambition and energy around your communications. If you're studying, this is quite a good force. It's going to give you more energy for study. There's also more energy for going around your local area, communicating with people nearby, especially your neighbours, and even family members that live away in some distant state or perhaps have been psychologically distant in some way. Mercury goes into Leo here on the, 11th. So on the 11th of the month, there's quite a big focus around your finances. We've got Lilith, Venus, and Mars there at the beginning of the month will conjunct. And so huge amount going on about personal finances. With Mercury, there's likely to be some fresh new ideas about how you can improve your money or get your finances under control, get them organised in some way. Then we have, on the 18th, we have new moon in Cancer, which is here in your house, and it's going to bring a new beginning around your identity. July is quite a transformational month for many people, and so a new moon means some sort of fresh start. It could also be related to your appearance, maybe buy some new clothes or some new shoes or something like that. And it's all about how you present yourself to the world and how you get your message out there into the world. Venus is retrograde in Leo from the 23rd until the 4th of September here. And so you might find, and I watch Venus because Venus does love to buy expensive things, especially in this house here. So she's going retrograde, which means that you might be really tempted to buy fritter your money away, but because it's retrograde, these are only thoughts and you may not act on them, okay? So the temptation may be there, but it might not be as strong as usual. Do watch for overspending. On the 23rd, the Sun goes into Leo as well, bringing, again, around your finances, bringing insight, bringing awareness, and bringing some degree of comfort, okay? So you'll be feeling better in the second half of the month. And maybe you can afford a little break or some way of improving your life and enjoying the harvest. The 29th sees Mercury going into Virgo as well, bringing lots of communications into your communication house. So it could be a busy, active time. You could be doing a lot of domestic things. You could be getting your paperwork in order, paying bills and those sorts of things. And with Mars there's a lot of energy and activity for that as well, getting your studies up to date. And if there's anything going on in the local area, you could be discussing things. Maybe the council wants to approve some Taj Mahal type house or something, a huge house that's not in keeping with the area, for example. There could be a lot of discussions about that. Then we have the 18th of the 7th. The moon's nodes, are changing sign, the north node's going into Aries here in your 10th house. And this is quite significant because it lasts for 18 months. So this is your future, and it's all about your career. It's about your status, improving your status, your reputation, and also your relationship to authority figures, including parents. And so this Moon's node in Aries is all about your independence, your self-assertion, setting yourself free in these relationships, okay? Setting yourself free to do with career, being free so that you can do the career that you love, basically. And as a cardinal sign, even though this is Aries, but Aries is a cardinal sign, and then you're the next cardinal sign, this will probably affect you pretty strongly, as well as Libra and Capricorn as well. And this will be until July 25, okay? The other thing to note is that the South Node here is going into the 4th house of home and family. And this was the way that your patterns of behaviour used to be. These were your experiences around the house and home and how you acted. But you're being called away from the home to be more in the outside world, and especially related to career. And maybe this is something online that you're doing. So you could be in your home, but your focus is on the outside world. Alrighty, so that's it, caring Cancerians. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to check out your moon and rising sign as well. Have a lovely month. Thank you and bye for now.